Wow. Morning, guys. It's been a while since I last uploaded a video, and my desktop there in my room went and decided to break, so I don't know when I'll be able to get that fixed. And I wasn't sure whether I was even going to make this video, but then my friend Marlon convinced me. He said, yeah, do it. He said I should just upload directly from the phone to YouTube, which I'm not exactly sure how to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to film it now, and then when I finally get that thing fixed, then I'll upload it. What I wanted to tell you about today was part of my Going Dark series. The electricity situation in South Africa is not getting better. In fact, it's gradually going downhill. And government is trying all kinds of emergency things, now declaring a state of disaster, wanting to appoint a minister of electricity. I mean, really, just fix what you have. This just needs a decent project manager, I think, and someone to stop everybody from stealing everything. But that's another discussion. So in December, I was on Wish, and I decided I'm going to order a wind charger. And I did. The price came down to just over 5,000 Rand. That's for a 400 watt wind charger. And then they didn't refund me this time, and the thing was delivered, and everything worked wonderful. The previous two times that I ordered the year before this one, I ordered twice, and both times it never shipped, and I got refunded both times. Okay, so I got my money back every time. This time it actually shipped, and it's right here by me. So let me just show you. I put together the propeller. Maybe I should just stand back a little bit. This is what it looks like. I painted the one blade black. I saw a study that showed if you do that, then the birds can see this thing. I don't know if one of this smaller one will actually, go fast enough to kill birds, but if it does, I don't want that to happen. So I painted mine black both sides, and let me show you what's in the box. Of course, when the box arrived here by me, or when I went to pick it up by customs, the customs guys had completely torn up everything. The box was like wet. The manuals, I had to put this in front of a fan. This is the manual. This wasn't Wish's fault. This was our own post office. There's the manual, and it seems to have fairly decent information in there about how you put up the tower and all kinds of things. This is the installation guide. This was like this part here was torn off, and this was all scrunched up, and it was all wet. So I had to flatten this out, and then I took the pieces and I just laminated them, and now I have the installation guide. Although I must be honest, when I took my phone and I went on Google Lens and I asked it to translate the Chinese parts here, it gave me way better instructions than what was already in English here. So you might want to look into that. Their instructions was written by a guy with extremely broken English, while he was absolutely fluent in Chinese. So rather maybe just try and use Google Lens to translate. Let me show you what the charger itself looks like, the body. Right, when I received it, it had this. It was just covered in this plastic, and it was like South African Revenue Services and examined by customs. And this is what's on the inside. Let's put that away. So down here was just the parts that you would apply to the bolts to attach the blades to the propeller. Alright, so let's just leave that. But this is the body. This is the important part. So let me see. Oh, there you go. This is a pretty nice and heavy thing. And here we have some information. They say the rated power 400 watt, 24 volts, 5 blades, 1.3 meter wheel diameter, etc. This thing is sturdy. This thing is really sturdy. So now we just need to figure out how to get this flange attached to the tower. Let me go and show you guys what we're going to use for the tower. Okay, so this is quite a thick. You could see here the side wall of this pipe. This is a 3-meter galvanized pipe, and it was just lying around here. So we decided on this. We're going to start with 3 meters because, first of all, that's what we've got. I know many people say up to 10 meters, but I really don't think that's necessary here by us. Our wind comes from there, and it's going to come through this opening you see here, and it's going to come straight through down here, and that's the hole that Lo and I spent our backs, broke our backs on, and half a day to dig this. And guys, this ground is extremely hard. I mean, all of those rocks and that clay came out of this hole, which is about 55 centimeters deep. If the tower needs to go higher, then we'll find a way to extend that pipe. Then we'll extend that pipe. Let me just show it to you from this side as well. So there it is. Thing of beauty. So we're busy now constructing the parts that go into the ground. Let me go show you that as well. Right, these are 2 lip channels, galvanized. I would have preferred it if we could get to with thicker walls here, but this is the only stuff that I could get. And so we dug, or rather we drilled the holes. This part down here, that part is going to be the part that goes underground. So from here on up is going to be above ground. So we made 2 holes through here, and the galvanized, the threaded rod will still go through there, and the same thing over there. And then the pipe will fit down the middle up to about here, so that you could have a swivel action if we need to lower it to grease bearings or extend the pipe or do any kind of work on it. Of course, the pipe itself will also be braced with cables. So that's how far we are for now. I honestly, I've never done anything like this before, so this is a bit of a kind of a daunting experience. This is a very interesting learning curve that I'm definitely going through, and I'm guessing the same for Lo as well. We'll get my friend Fricky eventually out here, and see if we can entice him with some homebrew and maybe a braai, to come and do the actual wiring for us. So the 400 watts doesn't sound like a hell of a lot of electricity, but if you consider we already have about what is it? We've got 700 watt, if I'm not mistaken, up on the roof in the form of solar. So this will just be supplementary to that. And there's another aspect that people tend to forget about is solar. All alternative sources of energy become extremely expensive, unaffordably expensive, if you want to maintain your present lifestyle. You have to modify your lifestyle, which is why I found, for example, I can run my roof fan in summer when it's hot and the mosquitoes are bothering me. I can run that thing 24/7 off of the solar batteries. I can't do it with a grid because the grid is off for 2-3 times a day for 2 hours, 2.5 hours at a time. So already my solar system is more reliable in that respect than the grid. My lights are all high efficiency LED lights, and I use a lot of paraffin as well. Well, not a lot. I use a few liters of paraffin a month for lights, so I don't depend on the electricity for lights. I don't have an electric stove anymore. Got rid of those. I do have a gas stove, and I have wood, and I use paraffin also for cooking. So those are things that you might need to look into if you want to maintain your present lifestyle, not quality of life. Your quality of life doesn't have to go down, but your lifestyle. If you want to maintain your present lifestyle by just thinking you can switch over to alternative sources of energy, that is not going to, it's going to be so expensive. It's going to be extremely expensive. So I would suggest that you look into these various little ways of going dark, gradually maybe only ending up using electricity for things like your cell phone or your laptop, electric fan, stuff like that. And even the electric fan, I don't really use it for cooling. I use it for mosquito control because the mosquitoes are a hassle here in summer. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. As soon as we are done with the next step, I will add new videos as we go along until this thing is up and running, and then invite you guys to the grand launch of the solar the wind solar hybrid system. Cheerio.